Like 2 or 3 weeks ago, there was a religious tension in Ghana sparked by a viral video of a Muslim preacher teaching that anybody who disrespects or insults their Prophet Muhammad should be unalived. Ghanaians were calling on Ghana police to arrest the Muslim preacher. We found out later that the Muslim preacher did that video in response to allegedly a Christian prophet who was disrespecting and insulting their Prophet Muhammad. Both of them were arrested. While in police custody, a viral video came out where the Christian prophet was being slapped from behind by another Muslim member or person. And Ghanaians on the socials were furious once again, saying it was unprofessional for the police to allow such a thing happen in their custody. And also it was unfair to the Christian prophet to be treated that way when he is in handcuffs and in police custody. That other man was also arrested. Last, the chief imam of Ghana called for peace with support of the Christian council and clergy and what have you. My audience, I bet you've noticed I haven't done a video or talked about this whole conversation to give my 2 cents or my opinion of this whole topic. And it's because of 2 reasons. Number 1 being that I think there's no need for me to talk about this, and it's one of those things that will pop up and Ghanaians will make noise about it and it will just die out. And secondly, I think social media commentators, traditional hosts and commentators and media personalities and some Ghanaians in general are just exaggerating this whole conversation or topic. In Burma camp, the military barracks, the headquarters of the military barracks, there is a Methodist church. Just next to it, there is a mosque, and next to the mosque there is a SDA church. So the mosque is in between 2 churches. Opposite these buildings is the Armed Forces Senior High Technical School, where I attended my senior high school education at. On Fridays, Muslim students are allowed to go to the mosque to do their prayers, and on Sundays too, Christian students are also allowed to go to either of these churches to worship. And we all lived in peace and harmony together with no problems. And this is not a thing only in Burma camp, but across almost everywhere in Ghana here. And with this thing, we've received more praises or most praises from other foreign nationals. An example is Nigeria. Nigerians can't fathom how we Ghanaians we can live in peace and harmony together with ourselves. I mean, Christians, Muslims, and traditionalists living together. On national occasions, Christians are allowed to give their prayers or say their prayers. Muslims are also allowed to say their prayers, and then traditionalists are also allowed to pour their libations and do their prayers, all at the same event or occasion. So this has never been a problem for Ghana in the longest of time. Not only religious tensions, but tribal tensions and political tensions. And with the peace and harmony, Ghana has been named one of the peaceful countries in the world. Right? So, as I said earlier, I think some Ghanaians are exaggerating this whole topic. And me personally, I don't prejudice. I like to experience things and people for my own self and then pass my own judgments. And for the longest of time, I haven't experienced any Muslim or any traditionalist or anybody who I would say is a threat to the peace of this country, Ghana. Back in school, my best friend was a Muslim. He goes by the name Zachary Al-Hassan. He helped me master my drawing skills. When Muslims are having their Eid al-Adha and all their celebrations, we celebrate with them. When we are also having our Christmas and our Easter celebrations, they also celebrate with us. The work that I do, right? My main work that I do, my biggest clients are Muslim people, and all the time I'm praying for them that they should win so I can also win. They should make more money so I can also make more money. And when I'm conversating with them, I normally conversate with them And if I want to introduce God or I want to bring God into the conversation, I normally use what? Allah and Bismillah and Alhamdulillah and all those their what's the word? Their words, the Muslim or the Islamic words, right? So basically, what I'm saying is, Ghana is different from most countries across the world, and one social media commentator who I really like and respect, Mr. Cyrus Annan, is one of those people who I believe or I think is exaggerating this whole conversation. And Mr. Cyrus Annan, with this topic there, I don't agree with you. I don't know the lens you are looking this conversation through, but I don't think I can be on the same boat with you on this topic or conversation, because as I said earlier, it has never been a problem and it will never be a problem. Yeah, I know our neighboring countries are suffering or are fighting against these religious tensions in their countries, like Nigeria and Burkina Faso and Mali and what Niger. I understand, but as I said earlier, and I'm saying it again, hammering on this topic again, we are different. We shouldn't be we can say that but we shouldn't say, or we shouldn't let the narrative be that, yeah, once this has started, it's going to be like Nigeria and Burkina Faso. No, because for the longest of time, we've proven as a people that we are different from our neighbors and most countries across the world. Amongst all these social media commentators and traditional hosts and media personalities who are said their 2 cents or giving their opinion about this whole conversation, it's only Mr. Saddick Adams who I believe or I think has addressed and put this conversation to its right place, has spoken properly about this whole conversation. And in this episode, we are going to react to Mr. Saddick Adams' video or 2 cents or opinion with his co-host. Yeah, we are going to react to that video, and we are also going to discuss and also give our 2 cents about this whole conversation. I go by the name Ni Ama, and this is Ghana First. If today is your first time coming across this content and you find value in it and you want to support, please hit the subscribe button, like and share the video. Like and share the video. Come into the comment section. Let's vibe. Come share your opinion, your suggestion. Let's jump right into today's story.
Yeah. And I'm saying Ghana police actually. I must say gramophone phobia or my cancer sophobia mochiomo. Very, very unfortunate. Very unfortunate for that to happen at a police station. Now, Nipa Nebekona police force, they have embarked on a manhunt. Manhunt, you'll be a wadi boni room. Yeah, hunting you. What I say, Obidi boni room near hunting. On a manhunt, but Obidi boni police station, and some hunting. One or then we Ghana. And yet, and Ramin here, but yes, some no, young one can
right.
Ya no crepa ni se me pesa me de manu betumbi. Yenti me pesa me de manu betum no. Religion as far back as 400 years and now mo can say I think one of these philosophers also is the opium of the masses. Ope say omo say nipa omo ye like the bigotry, like I said nipa asi ade bi etiti omo o kan obetimi ene wanya ntokwa ebetiti omo nti ya ne kaide but mesre say yen ho ne kan ye asai amai bebre.
So what Mr. Saddick Adams is saying, that religion is the opium of the masses, was said by one German philosopher like that. I've forgotten the name, and the explanation he has given is what is valid. And the other explanation too is, when we say religion is the opium of the masses, it's more of like a painkiller, right, to the suffering of the people, to take the people's attention from the needed things they need to pay attention to, right? It has so many meanings, but basically that's what Mr. Saddick Adams has said, and also what I'm saying now, right? So Ghana say about a road, say the people inside the country should be patriotic enough not to litter about, to do things right, to do things in accordance with the growth and development of this country. Same as what, just like sounds like say leaders no the same thing, but both of us, we are not doing these things for nation development and building, right? And we are suffering from it, right? We are paying the price for it, right? Now I say flood is here and send for property, taking people's lives, right? Then what we know say gonna need about this whole conversation. Turn is young baby can say yo, ideas near say we did not buy by ye rose, by ye you got this near, but the still you got this near, pay way man you soon you're making noise. Then and I can at the latter part of our what conversation we all say that yo, a bit we've been gonna won't talk about it again. You like I say, if I need my head, and man yame, if I need your head, and man yame. That be the thing. Religion is the opium of the masses. They are suffering, but I dream from our lenses. We believe say Nyankopon. I mean, we the Christians, right? Jesus Christ can help us or take us from what from our suffering, rather than what doing what's needed of us to be able to make life what's easier for us. In the Bible, yes, you can say God help those who help themselves. It's the people instead of we doing the right thing, we are not doing the right thing, and we are suffering from it, and then we are believing that Jesus Christ or God is what is going to take us from our suffering, and that's the religion being the opium of the masses. Same like the Muslims and same like what the traditionalists. What must say? It's no Sana Mr. Saddick Adams air partner.
My ma in Ghana. My ma in Ghana. Or the yen try the honka cranka yesum sam fanko.
Right.
What hey we are Christiani mapa. Mete hey be a cremoni mapa. Yet hey yanka bin shame. Yet auto diana wodia. Mitobina media. Musame means we see how to me fat. She would think you want me to me fan mano. Many baby.
Right.
But the moment of Biba trigger say na wait, and now against some of me. Now all of a sudden the long bond I say no na essa. Minimum.
But I never knew Mr. Saddick Adams was a Muslim, right? Sorry, my Muslim friends, but Mr. Saddick Adams doesn't look like a Muslim. Honestly speaking, I never knew, and it's really interesting. Say, Saddick Adams is a Muslim, and that woman is also what? Is also a Christian, and this is a what? It's an evidence, a proof to say that yo, for the longest of time, Muslims and Christians and traditionalists and everybody we have lived in peace and harmony together in this country, with no problems, with no tension, with no BS. It's not the kind of. My biggest clients are mommy Skapoma, like me Sakoma, no, from the work that I do, the main work that I do, bro. They are Muslims, and they are one of the coolest people I've ever met. See, one of my clients, right, one of my customers, for more than 2 years, right, for more than 2 years without even seeing him face to face like this. They're working on the socials, on WhatsApp. What's my say? About chatting. See, that's how I met this customer. Like I was working one day and one person came. That person too was Muslim, and he came to me and was like, "Yo, I have one friend in the north, right? And I've testified your honesty and your work ethics to him, and I think he needs your skill, your work, right? And I believe you can work with him, right? And that's how we started." Right, and I started working with this Muslim man in the north for more than 2 years without even seeing him face to face. We conversate, we chat, we do video calls on WhatsApp. Without seeing him face to face, and he's one of the coolest people I've ever seen. And you know something? WhatsApp bring me more customers. They only say about the flaws, kakra. At times they know like he's annoying, kakra. But he's one of the coolest people I've ever met, and he has given me more money. Like my mom and Jessica more than any other person in Nigeria. It's no yo. See, and one thing too is some Muslim people are beautiful, they are nice people, and especially they are women, they are ladies, they are girls. Bro. See, all the girls have dated, right? All the girls have dated. I'm not trying to sound disrespectful or anything, but all the girls have dated. Muslim girl. I once dated one Muslim girl, and honestly speaking, she's one of the sweetest, like nicest person I've ever be in a relationship with. No cap. You let's control with the video.
Ebia. Kamoni namha na Christiani namha. Esomno no crap pa say ya wo ye nyina ye tum emfiri ha. Emfiri ha. Ye nyina ye wo ye tum obi na de bae na obekire na namo. Na ye na namo bi fae, na bi fae ni fa na fa benkum. Ye wo ye nyina ye tum emfiri ha. Akomshefo ne nyina ba kokura mfiri krum ha. Nti ye besre Yempanyimfo no emma omo ni so mebo chief imam abaso wakasa wo ho mebo sorry mpanyimfo na no me ho card na bako Roman penyi bako da I think say me name say Roman chief imam nene ko program bi.
Oh yeah, I saw that video.
Now chief imam ko na or Russia ko ho say let me go and say goodbye to my papa. Let me go and say goodbye to him.
Yeah. Now TikTok.
Pama bakla na me say wow.
I think it's Pama Bakla.
No, I don't say na the original or blocking said or swerving and you could see a niji and what chief imam and
so I believe most of you guys have seen the video. Mr. Saddick Adams come and said, it was one Catholic priest or something like that who was in a hurry, in a rush, right? Like happy, joyful to go greet the chief imam. And that scene was just beautiful. I'll put a video in there. What's massive?
I want to say goodbye to him. Hold on, I want to say goodbye. We are praying always for him.
Another thing to you say, hey, chief imam, Ghana's chief imam, bro. Sa papa no, metin so sorry. Metin so my no sorry, bro. A hand of applause for the chief imam of Ghana, bro. I can say for a fact that man is the pillar of peace in this country when it comes to religious these 2 or 3 religious beliefs or this one in Ghana. The chief imam, the chief imam I right in promotion of peace and stability and togetherness and harmony in between Christians, Muslims and traditionalists in this country. In 2019, Chief Imam appeared or attended I think it was an Easter celebration in Assemblies of God or so. Yeah, 2019 Assemblies of God during their Easter celebration. Chief Imam was there. He attended that program. He was in the church worshiping with the Christians. Boom. Secondly, so I think in that same 2018-2019 there was this one sorry for my language, stupid so-called prophet or evangelist or Christian messenger or prophet who came to prophesy that when your vision said chief imam in the next year or something. Muslims from the Muslim youth and we are going about destroying churches and vandalizing churches and all that, right? I'm not condoning their actions, but we all know say it's some of the BS now cause for Christianity and you be no there then some prophets and so-called prophets near they call Islam. But a trigger Islam youth, Islamic youth, not the Muslim youth. Right? So I'm not condoning whatever they did, right? It's not right for them to do that. But do you know what the chief imam did? Chief imam came out with a statement with the press, say, yo, it's not needed. What you guys are doing is not needed. We should live in peace and harmony with the Christians. They have some phone. Yeah, you have to say, sir, or yes, I have or prophesy say me. Or you have to say Chief Imam cancer. But what Chief Imam said was, it's not needed munjai. So he de-escalated the violence of the Muslim youth. And on so many occasions, so many times when Chief Imam is preaching, giving a sermon, or can say, yo, let's stay in peace and harmony together in this country. He preaches about peace. Chief Imam preaches about peace. It will be all my audience, I'm phone to see on the screens. No, another hand of applause, and applause of hand. Child bro, program means the account. Bro, that man, I would love to meet him one day. And even this so religious station as I started him. Chief Imam now bed, and I then what bet calme assembly. Boom, it's yo, Chief Imam dear, Charlie, or any papa, or any your godfather, our father, our religious father. See, they are even there's this one prophet on the socials on TikTok. I really like his teachings, and I think during this whole tension conversation and then costume or your video be was like, yo, Chief Imam, it's my father, it's my spiritual father, it's my spiritual godfather. Like yo, and it's true, bro. I'm a Christian, but yo, if I have to take as I don't have any spiritual godfather or spiritual father and some more come, I don't have any of that. But if I should take a spiritual father, bro, it is going to be the Chief Imam. Honestly speaking, it's going to be the Chief Imam because yo, the man, Charlie, I just love the man. I just love the old man. Yo, so let's continue with the video.
Obia mekanche say somebody we na ye na we na ye. And na my ya adwen say hankwa na som bi wo. China mo so wo mo de Hindu for India obia wo ne de enso bebre. Nti my nya ne say Kristo ne nkremo nkwa na wo wi ase. Otukwan ko ba bi o mo so nim ye de kura.
Okay.
Ebi so som bosom omo nana mo de ba onu kura de no so no gidi. Ghana.
Biwa.
Nti my ma min tumofo. I did free tete. But you bet me I say, yeah, dear man is you ha. You cool we in the commission you say. I didn't pay some catch on say. You best radio, any TV, penny for National Media Commission. After table say no, near Shem Rantem. I dear me pesa ye bomb modena ye stop it. Na uncle fa uyinama a religious debate on TV. Am I ni be ye a mushen? A be ye a near ma, abrabum. Me so say yame ye proud of Sankrofon said, women are my bomb, so. Because yame, or ye near man a kesium. Yabina minim no. The Allah that I know, or ye near ma na kesium.
Area, ensure. A prana crab, papa, and in near my baby bessie. If you real mocrana, for plana, baby, I walk off. It's me room. I should not come from him say, we may
say it. Say, I know her. Am I be ye near ma? If you are a be swatch. What you want, no one say, say, Yame, or can I yo? And Crophobic shut them, Genia, no, my baby, who makes it now come anyway, boom. Na dani si amabra boy easy. The economy. Me so say nyame oboye nyina se ne se so a. Sa nyame no. E ba cho me ba sa enema we so me pese me na religious for ne kasa kakra. Enema nipa eye wo wiase no.
So true. Ghana how ba Ghana ha. Ye ne ejidi se ne ye ne nyankopon mba. Ghana ha. Ghanaians, people of Ghana believe say they are the favorite children of what? Of God. Meanwhile, that's not true. Meanwhile, I believe that it's not true because in our Christian teachings, you can say cleanliness is godliness. But some Christians in this country are the most dirtiest people on the continent. Not even on the continent, in this world, on this planet. Some Christians in this country are dirty. It's how come we'll be the favorite children of God if we say cleanliness is God is next to godliness. About Christian, Muslim, and traditionalists, in church, you say, thou shalt not steal, men you be don't be corrupt, don't accept bribery and corruption, and all that. Meanwhile, our politicians, all of them belonging to either one of these religious groups, they can be a Christian and Muslim or they are one of the what corrupt politicians or people on the planet. They are one of the biggest corrupt people on the planet, but they belong to all these three what religious groups. But you ain't gonna find the say we are the favorite children of God. Check for sure. Then go for me but Christianity no Islam no Muslim. Greater things, inventions, or more invented things that they are producing or manufacturing to make life easier. Mr. Saddick, to us my why.
Omodi o madwen ye no. Bi trase ya no we create bibia abrabo ye easy. Eno na ye nwene ko ho. Ye be wu akọ ba ye te ha no de na ewi ase no kra ye de gal ye nyame nsuo no boy no. E Bible ne Quran mu no. Ye de galam say no. Ye di nsuo no nam na nyame boy a o de kire ye ne kese ye no. Ye de adu aguma say no. Ye ko agyanan gu ye ho e wo fie. Gata ayema e wo abonten emo agum yesum
nyame sesu ne bini.
The important things are not important to us. Nti obi person say force we say nyame na oti baby a oti niamba wo ye no eda nyame suban na wo no credit no. To be honest, we are in 2026. Obi asoma we choose no onfa religious debates in 2026. Many are some here 20,000, 10,000 years ago, 2,000, 4,000 years ago, ye ni wo bi abekan. Dia wonam so no nam so. But oman no shemra say the sovereignty of Ghana. Osum bia e imported amagye na mo betimi asom. Na emom ya man no ye nya boni wi untimi nku obi. E wo wosom ho. and you live in Ghana there, you have to abide by that.
And
yes, I know what to call or minor. Why didn't you say? Yebema Okwayama or Kubi. Yebema Okwayama, what did you become Seniatem? Sao mine or Ghana, Yemsa. It is a woman is over to make you become Seniatem. And I'll bet you Kubi, a also more. Yamran Makwai. It is only to me now. And I want to say, Usum no soche or my nemrano, and also nemrano soche or my nemrano. When I me church will become Seniase, would me a diatem, a for Bisomo, would me cast a Bisum to Bekua, Yamran Makwai. The Obeyanis of Pevisa. No, I shall show my beer. Yamakwai say, Ubufu of it will be also more, and I'll bet my for microphone. No, did you be come Seniatem? Sao or mine no call. So here. A the building of Yak Minor together with the Somna said the Mekanyame Ope. Say a year dear Matisse Necessor. Necessor Nene say, if you more yet acquiring a Namasasi, no, what you want to say.
Necessary.
My bonipa. What you know, my idea, what you say.
Smart View TV are working.
Yes.
Ghana and for
Yanni, go for a year, Yama, invent a creating Yama beautiful. To for the development of the human experience and well-being, to make life easier for people. Yes, sound of yes, sound the debt, yes, sound the fee. Now, yes, or my sika. Yeah, my answer for that. Mr. Saddick Adams, Wakasa, now in some balls, in some bomb, Mr. Saddick Adams, you really talked. You've really put in this conversation to its rightful place. You've really addressed this conversation. Everybody behind the screens in Sembo. Yo, this is just beautiful. And what about Mr. Saddick Adams is saying is fact, is the truth. Right? Is the truth. I am Muslim, me a Christian, we all agree on the same thing, and this has been a norm for most Ghanaians for the longest of time. It's about the saying I've been a problem in Ghana for. About the saying, and another is saying Bobby Emma chief mom dear bro, me so I am a spiritual father, or me what? He's my godfather. Mumpo, I'm a godfather. I haven't seen any greater person than the chief mom of Ghana. Honestly speaking.
Any NCA. And I'll be to my microphone. No, did you be come saying the Obeyanis of Pevisa? No, I shall show my beer. What you want, my idea, what you say.
Smart View TV are working.
Yes.
Ghana and for the was an IB, not walk, and I'm a Christian in America. We are doing their body.
Minister of Communication, any NCA. Made minimum rabbi or by Mesremo. A bimo decide, create tension, religious debates. And some a buyer, na ye kai be na ye follow near dear wako. Yen so me near dear wako. Name dear ye be first, and I said before see be uno. How are we living the earth that God created for us? Are we living the earth in good state? Or we are sitting so as I same from no. Are we living the earth in the state better than say nyame ni be je ho na? And I say ye niam anye yesum no ye niam say we ase.
The relevant
religious debate no mesre. Say ye social media.
Yes, Muslims and the tradition.
Baby we ase kono. It is not time for religious debate. Usum no som. Wo ko kan usum no wansema. Kan de ebema usum na ya akono.
Right.
Kan de ebema obi nso usum no so de awa chusu no. Nye wo na wo be kire no. Owu ababi obeko. Na o kire no pono so babi obeko no ho na wo pe a untumi ya hwe o minus emra no. Freedom of religion.
Facts.
Ya wo babi a freedom of religion ani ho. Wo betimi akọ. Inti ya besre na me say asem we menka bi but religious debate on TV no me pa chawo. Babi a wiase kọ no. Empire ye bo ha den no ye nuam omutu kwan a. Omobo ompa ye ba ya omote so. Because niama na o hwehwe na o ha nyame no abaya ya ama no o man na okọ no niama na o hwehwe wa for train sa 47 years enya ankonhia nti okọ trema eno an say bismillahir rahmanir rahim okọ yanso ye die okọ trema a gisa o kai bismillah di wi a wo san for transfer eya because kwan na okọ ni nyina hu nyame fam kodru
Interesting.
nti
Fact. In Kwana, Mr. Saddick Adams here, spit to her. No credit. Some can alien, and as Mr. Saddick Adams can alien. The opium of the people. Religion is the opium of the people. Okwa brocha, they don't. Among them, bomb pebble you. What kind of benya atheist and an atheist to say atheist to say some of them. But must yeah, there are some people that don't even what associate to any religious what group, or they don't even believe say Yakupon be cried and one of the factors that contributed to such what thought or idea, and they say what to make things or life easier for them and are comfortable for them. It has been done by their forefathers or the people in their country, their leaders, their authorities. Things have been made easier for them. So one example now, Saddick Adams Aman was not trained for almost all his life. A young boy shared that all who are going to crash in the Nipo. Only my declare poverty. A month back soon, this kind of baby, it's made soon pepper in the bush for a ton tare, a shelter on in the bush for pepper. It's not all Kojida when you're pong and Kojida was sorry, the Kojida a mocks. Matamasi, yeah, but Ghana and because he ain't get the right things in it, they be it's me like, and I young point you and I be teacher on Samsung and I be trying to bro, you know the need. Nyankopon, if I'm comfortable or not, I believe say Nyankopon be there because the creation and the creation is what is beautiful, and every creation too has a what? Has a creator. Matamasi, yeah. So see, Saddick Adams is spitting facts. Saddick Adams is speaking truth to reality, and it's sad. Say one of the people that I respect on this social media is tone or narrative or the way he's seeing things. His POV about this whole conversation is different, and it saddens my heart. I don't know some kind, and I don't know the lens he's watching it from or looking it through, but it's really sad, and I don't know. I can't say if I'm disappointed or not. I can't say, but. It is what it is. What must say? Yeah. So I'll do another video where Mr. Saddick is talking about this whole Muslim Christian thing, and we'll see how we'll go about it too. Let's continue with the video.
Yes, say we are saying, but we are saying, yes, we cannot even make it better, but we want to make afterlife better. Better, but Hannah yet no point to me any better. Religious debates, mesremo. And see, most say be must start, and when the question say, we
then of course they cannot say, Ghana for best say you know have one pay, the Galam say you should never have one. True, so we are no clear, and maybe that Saddick Adams is okay. But my principle that I've learned from the Bible that I used to live my life practically is what Jesus Christ telling us: say, treat your neighbor as you treat yourself, or love your neighbor as you love yourself. And if you should love your neighbor or treat your neighbor as you treat yourself, then you are treating me, God, or Jesus Christ, what? The same way. If you should help your neighbor, that means you are helping God. If you should what? Do good to your neighbor, that means you are doing what? You are doing good to God. That's my principle. I'm really living my life practically. It never will I meet anybody, no matter their race, no matter their tribe, no matter their religious belonging, no matter their what ideology or whatever, no matter whatever they are from or what they do. My first intention is what? Is show love. Is to treat you well. Is to treat you as I'll treat myself. Yeah, that's my principle. And I'm the bomb, bra. What must I say? Now, you are not treating your neighbor well. You are not showing love to your neighbor. Angels now home. How can you say you show them love when you get to heaven? The bell, you cannot do good to the bell. Everybody said I don't hold it. With me, Papa man. And I can't say the devil you know is better than the angel you don't. You don't know.
See, and I check. If you want Yama, or not turn me upside down. We cannot bring that here.
But
Ghana police and for 94. Na eya na estati na ya agro. Mas ka kan kekere o se ewe ni pabim.
Bona soja.
Wo be hwe na de ye chi kremoni ana kremofo akoyi no. Amani bill. Ye chi Christo ni ana Christo na ede etan.
Fear do ya honda.
Yes, we do honda.
My home a Christian council, any a soften penny for no mako chief imam ho, no makwachano. Last time it's in Nigeria, Nibia was a dear fellow Ghana with one. Nanny sent Nigeria for baby, a Christopher and cremo for a young cofa. Was so about Ghana, no, and who says Ghana, Yaka a summon muntia sia. A Christopher and Cremofo, a Yamani for Pabin in Nigeria, sir. Nigeria ni, Sacramoni, cry, worried Christoni, Sanya Kawa is a cronym, and I said, Baby Okotsano, when in a quite a bin Nicosa, but Ghana, ya was Sardiano. I did you how can ya yam the pa, yam from Primpuntu,
yam from Prim,
ye, because he had done so, if he had done so, Memen done so, what's not so them, Cosumyame, what bar you swagino? But yes, you knew swagino. Yet the answer the be a yadinadia, you may soon say the back on them. Me will be some one are waiting. I tell you, I miss one hope. But then they are soften crying, Miss Adian and Town woman, as I said, Yanni, I assume big cannon yaji, and I overcome some to my position. Opposition, ya dear. Who took Galam say? What was a walk heavy? Now, when you share so heavy, I'm a quack to Galam say, dear. A mirror so sad, suffer cabby be papa betraying. Timamufono. Say, at Timamufui, dear, you pass some way. Shall quack for my swallow. The last time, I dine be I to quite a crabby. Who could Dubai, who crown out Jesus, and to one pan a crazy chrono. A crown and desert, or Matimia, Divatiama, or my Philip on the baby, who drew baby, Prince and it's Siena. I hope on a different. Oh, you near Bronco. A crony has to show because a drawing, Ghana, a pan, yes.
I do the irony of this Dubai thing the co-host is talking about. See, most Christians travel to Dubai for their vacation. What have you? Most Christians around the world, across the world, travel to Dubai now to for their vacations and their free time and their leisure time and their vacation and all that. Oh, it's no co-host Mr. Saddick Adams say come. Yan fire some near the emperor punto. And ya reba na nyame Jimmy free metamfo nsemo na nyame metamfo na nyame. Yan fa no emperor punto. Oh.
Drain. What you have, so you Christoni, we a cremoni, a hepa, now what's here, a yet is a drawing, a Tiana would do what Jenny, yeah, we feel saying, I'm very proud of you. Okay, Obama can send me name that was say. Nyamisa wa boy send ni sasu eni ni subaisu. Uye nyamisa suwana. Dia uye uhuse si ane chese uye nyamisa suwana. Ya kwa Japan. Wamuni China for, Korea for, Honey for. Wamuni nyamisa su. Nyamisa su namse unye nuho. Debi adi atetire uho. Ba wuni yenye. Edi anu wakreti. Nyami kreti. Wakreti de. Tiye nyasa adi na ye no. Jami na mensum mesum. Andrusha nyami munate. Nyona abeti chama meko heve ni meko bensem jam. Nyojuma nono. Nyere ni elem.
Okay.
So it's a beautiful opinion from Saddick Adams and his co-host, and I believe or I think if all Ghanaians should have this kind of mentality, you better to us why they live in peace and harmony for what? For hundreds of centuries to come in Ghana here. We'll continue to live in peace and harmony for hundreds of centuries, not even years, so centuries to come in Ghana here. Let me show you. You have a near the emperor punto, and you know what 10. And you will now be chess or you call them or be called help. What must it? No, must I can't, you know. China funny, abroad funny, Japan funny, the French ni, the Germans no more critical in Yaman. Omo we the Yamesa Suni ni Subai. Yeah, the Yamia Abuwa because we are dirty. We are dirty, and young couple account as we say, cleanliness is next to what? Godliness. And listen. Let me address this thing too. What must I say? That conversation the Muslim preacher was saying, it's in the Bible, say, Udidi Okomsheni, Muhammad Atema, they should honor life and all that. And bro, let me address that conversation. I can't say, or I'm not saying that meaning of the Quran or of Islam, but from what I've learned, the make from all this Sharia law conversation is it's in the Bible, like it's in the Quran, right? Mishamo, Muslim for Christian for or any other religion I'm more gonna have. Me can't assemble your fan chemi, right? Man, can you fan chemi, right? That's what I've learned from what I've learned about this whole Sharia law. The Sharia law of Islam is just like what the 10 commandments of Christians. Basically, what must say? The Sharia law of Islam is just like what the 10 commandments of Christians. 10 commandments in the Old Testament. Yeah, can say if you steal or if you are blasphemous against God, your penalty or your punishment is what? Is death. Is by death. They should just stone you or just unalive you or sword you to death. What must say? If you should commit adultery, if you should steal, if you should do all those, if you should break any of the 10 commandments law, your punishment, most of it, the punishment in it is what? Is by death. And now Christians don't live in accordance to that law. We live under the grace of what? Of Jesus Christ. He coming to die on the cross and what? Cleansing us from sins. If you believe that He is the Son of God. That's what we believe now as Christians. We don't like we don't practice the 10 commandments that much, right? What must it be the same thing for the Islam inside there? The Islam, the Sharia law, you can say kumnipa and I chanipati and I say and I stone somebody to death if he breaks any of these Sharia laws. It's also like what, like the old, it's an old what system of what or practicing what in Islam during their Old Testament what days. Now their teachings or their doctrines tells them to be more peaceful, to live in what in peace and harmony with everybody. I bet you guys understand what I'm going to. I'm saying it again. I'm not saying for a fact. I'm not saying something of the Quran or the Islam teachings and their doctrines. But from what I've learned and from what I've understood about the Sharia law is that it's basically the same as the 10 commandments of the Christians. And the 10 commandments of the Christians is in the Old Testament. We Christians now, we don't practice word for word or law for law of the 10 commandments. We now live our lives in what? Under the grace of Jesus Christ, come to die on the cross for our sins and cleansing us from our sins. That's how the Sharia law is. So I know we've all learned something. I know we've all enjoyed this episode, and if you want to support and see more of these videos, please do want to hit the subscribe button, like and share the video so you get back-to-back content just like this. I go by the name Ni Ama, and this is Ghana First. Hope to catch you on the next episode. I'm out.